brother? Any little brothers in the house? So you are the littlest. Okay. Any little? Anyone who is the smallest sibling in your family. Okay. So I'm the oldest. If I show hands, who's the oldest in here? Okay.
Hi.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you raised your hand as well. So, I had a little brother about 5 years younger than me. We really got along as kids, but I kind of tried to play the older brother card. I'd always just mess with him. Okay. I'd always mess with them. So if you're a younger sibling, you're like, oh. So if you're someone older, you know what I'm dealing with. But
I'm someone younger, and I know what I'm dealing with.
oh wow, amazing. Okay. So I knew where Danny's like, not to be weird, but I knew where Danny's like tickle spot was. It wasn't just like in the rib. It was like the knee. Anyone like is that for anybody? Okay, so like I would like pin him down like UFC style. So I like have both arms like trapped. So he's like stuck, and I'm just like tickling his knee. And it's all fun and games, right? You know when you get tickled at first, you're like, and then it kind of starts to escalate because you start to panic. Ah! And you're like, I can't breathe! And you like start saying really weird things, like, I'm gonna throw up! Like, no, you're not gonna throw up. But like that's always the excuse we go to. Like, I can't breathe. Well, you just said something, so clearly you can breathe. Anyway, like that's what happened, and it escalated into wrestling, right? Okay, it's like we're watching like Power Rangers growing up, which we weren't allowed to. But we watched Power Rangers and we were all into that. And I'm trying out all the moves on Danny. Like on the trampoline. So we're like jump in. And I'm just like double bounce and and so we're trying all of these moves and we're just wrestling with him. But dude, my brother, gotta love him. He's a punk. Alright? He is a punk. He's resilient. Alright? He doesn't give up. So like we'd be like down, I'd get in that same UFC hole and I wouldn't tickle him, but I'd just like I kinda give him some jabs and be like, okay, stop. Alright, fine. And I walk away, right when I turn my back. He just kicks me like straight in the back. Like, are you serious? So we come back, I'm like white Power Ranger or whatever, and I go over to him and I get him down again. Like, dude, you gotta stop doing it. You can't like right when my back's turned, you can't kick me. He's like, boom, just get kicked every time. So this last time I was like, this is it, right? Like this is it. So I pin him down. I'm like, dang, if you don't stop, I'm gonna give you a dead leg. Oh, yep. You got a dead leg before, right? I think it's like right in that nerve, right there. Caitlin, you're a nurse. What is that? The trachea nerve right there, right? Is that one up? Anyway, there's a nerve that if you hit it hard enough, if you hit it hard enough, it just like your whole leg. You got a dead leg before? It's not fun. So I'm like, Danny, I'll give you a dead leg. He's like, okay, fine. And he messes with me, so I just like, and just got him. Oh, I got him good. He starts to cry, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm in trouble. And he starts to cry, and I'm actually I got compassion in that moment. Like, you actually made my little brother cry. Like, the Power Rangers don't cry, right? Like that, I kind of, something bad happened down there. So I'm like, dude, are you okay? Yeah. Boo! She got me right in the face. This kid's a punk, right? But what he did is every opportunity he got to just sneak in something, he took it. Whether it was my back turned, or whether I was like in compassionate mode, he just was a punk. And he took his opportunity. Now, any of you out there like that? You feisty, either younger, older, middle. Okay. Don't mess with him. By the way, don't mess with Isaac. He's a black belt. Okay. So don't do anything to Isaac. He's a black belt. So WWE. Thank you. So David is in a story today where he's got an opportunity, kind of like my brother. Saul turns his back on David in a moment, and we'll look at it. Saul's back is turned to David, like physically. We'll see exactly what I mean. And David's got an opportunity. David's got an opportunity to do something. Let's look to see what David does. Let's look exactly what goes down, why Saul's back is turned, how do we get to that scenario. If you need a Bible, I've got some right here. We're going to be in 1 Samuel chapter, oops, there you go. 1 Samuel chapter 24. I want to pass those. 1 Samuel chapter 24. All right. So, while you're turning there, guys, some of you need to know what's going on. We're talking about a guy named David today. He's a pretty famous man of God in the Bible. He was king. Maybe you know him from, he's shepherd boy, harp boy, whatever, David and Goliath guy, that's him. He had a pretty roller coaster of a life. right? It wasn't just like the moments where he like defeated Goliath and he was like the man and everyone loved him and he was great. He had some pretty low moments in his life. He had some pretty scary moments in his life. And this is one of the moments we're going to look at today. Legitimately, he's running for his life. He is terrified out of his mind. He's being chased. And he's in a pretty scary spot. We'll get to that in a second. But before we do, there's a couple details that matter. The first one is this. It says 9 years of waiting. Okay? 9 years of waiting. These details really matter before we get into the story. So he's been waiting for 9 years. What? You all remember? Someone from last week? What did we talk about? Faith. That's it. So Samuel comes on the scene, dumps a bunch of oil on this kid. David came from the shepherd, from the pasture with the sheep. Says, "You're going to be king, man. Peace." And he just leaves. And 9 years go by before even David got a hint of what's happening in this whole king thing. He thought it was probably a joke. I don't know. Maybe he didn't think it was a joke because he was patient and God was forming him, and that's the kind of man that David was. But I don't know about you, but after like 9 days of hearing nothing, I'm probably giving up. I'm probably thinking that wasn't real. 9 years of waiting before we're going to kind of look in here. In a couple weeks, he's actually going to be king, but we're still in that spot. Last one is this: 4 years of running. So he's been running away from Saul for 4 straight years. Not just running, but like running because someone wants to kill him for 4 years straight. Okay? He's in the middle of a desert. We're going to pick it up right now. He's literally hiding in a cave because Saul wants to kill him. And here's why. There's a Bible verse that I want to show you. It's on the screen. So right after David beats Goliath, just like really awesome moment, right? Joe, you can throw up that verse. This is what happened. As they were coming home, when David returned from striking down Goliath, the women came out of all the cities of Israel, and they were singing and they were dancing to meet King Saul. Okay, cool. So they're giving credit to Saul right here, right? And apparently they have tambourines, which is like that was their instrument of choice. And they're singing songs of joy. Oh. And with musical instruments, the women sang to one another as they celebrated. So this is a song. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to do that. Sing it in your head. Saul has struck his thousands. Saul has struck his thousands. I don't know, whatever song that was. But then they add this little lyric on the back end, which is not fun to hear if you're Saul. This is the lyric they added. And David, his tens of thousands. Oh, snap. It just got real. So they're going, "Oh, yeah, Saul, you're cool. Thousands of guys. David, hey. Tens of thousands." They add that little lyric in, and Saul is ticked. Right? He's like, "Wait, what? I didn't know that like the people like David more than me." Saul gets super mad. So mad that he just goes ballistic. He goes insane. Literally, he goes insane. And he wants to kill this guy. Like, I'm going to kill him. I want the ladies to sing to me. I want them to go after me. I want to bring the tambourines to me. Yeah, right? Not David, but a kid plays the harp. Right? Have you seen this? Apparently, like, Saul was jacked. Like, what? So, like, they want Saul wants the ladies to come back to him. Guess what? It's like, "You're gone, David. I'm going to kill you." That's where we pick up. That's literally where we pick up our story today. Okay? You could go back to the other screen, Joey. It would be good. 1 Samuel chapter 24. We're in the middle of this moment where David is running and Saul has finally... No, I'm not going to say it. We'll get there. Okay. Verse 1. When Saul returned from following the Philistines, he was told, "Behold, David is in the wilderness of En-Gedi." All right? So he knows where David is. Found him. Get him. We got him. I'm going to get all my guys I got. What did he do? He sends 3,000 chosen men out of all of Israel and went to seek David and his men in front of Wild Goats Rocks. And that word "chosen men" in the Hebrew most likely means what we would attribute to like the Navy SEALs of his army. So he's not just going, "All right, whoever can like throw a spear, like I'm trying to kill this hot boy." No, he's like, "I need my Navy SEALs, my Green Berets, I need a SWAT team. You're coming with me." They're going after a 15, 16-year-old kid. 3,000 verse 1. You do the math. This guy is crazy. And when they came to the sheepfolds by the way, where there was a cave, Saul went in to, what's that say? Relieve himself. Y'all know what that means? The dude's taking a dump. That's literally like, that's what that means. Or peeing, but I think it's funnier if you just picture Saul just like taking a crap and king. Okay, so this is what's happening. Saul's like, dude, I gotta go. Alright, hold on. Boys, be right back. He goes into this cave. And David is in that cave. David's in the cave. Look what it says. Now David and his men were sitting in the innermost parts of the cave. Alright, so real quick, I don't think this is going to be too weird. Let's get Mason. You come on up here. Pretend like that's your toilet. Alright? Look, I already got everything set up for you. I got a little magazine for you right there. So this is Saul. Okay? This is Saul. And David is literally just like chilling, like pretend like, well, he's probably got a harp, but I'll just pretend to play the piano. Oh snap, that guy's taking a dump. And it's all dark, and he probably doesn't know what's going on, and then he like somehow catches on to the fact that this is Saul. Right? So he whips out his knife. Comes close. Comes closer, alright? And he just swipes his robe. Okay? So he's like right here. He's probably thinking, just, damn. But he's also probably thinking, man, should I kill him? What do I do? Ew. Okay, I don't do that again. So, and he takes his robe and he cuts off corners. And he takes it back with him. Thank you. You can be done pooping now. You can go sit down. Okay, give it up for Mason real quick. Yeah. Totally read my mind, Izzy. Yep, let's look. Let's look what it says. There's 2 other guys with David. There's a couple other guys. And they're probably telling David what to do. So I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but exactly right. Men of David said to him, here's the day of which the Lord says to you, behold, I will give your enemy into your hand, and you shall do to him as it seems good to you. So, Izzy, what you were saying is there were guys that knew what was going on, and they're like, dude, kill him. Take him out. This is what God said. He's like, God's going to give you an opportunity to do this. We didn't think it'd be on the toilet, but yeah, hey, let's do it. Might as well do it now. David knew, no, I'm not going to do that. And he tells his friends, that's not the way. That's not what I'm supposed to do. And he doesn't. Long story short, he confronts Saul, and a few moments later, Saul is done. He's walking out of the cave, and it's pitch black, right? And David yells out, hey, Saul. And he calls him his Lord. He calls him his master. He gives him honor in that moment, his king. He says, I'm holding your robe, a piece of your robe in my hand and a knife in my other hand. I could have killed you. Imagine Saul just like, and you hear this, and he can feel that piece of robe missing. Dude, I mean, I just can't imagine what he was thinking at that moment. David says, I spared your life, Saul. And you want to know why? Because God is the judge. The God decides who lives, who dies, not me. God's timing was for me not to take the throne just yet, because I could have, right? He could have cut off Saul's head. He could have killed him. That means David's king next, right? David is king next. So he knows, dude, once he's dead, I'm up. But he chose not to. He chose not to, which is crazy. And Saul breaks down because he realizes what just happened. He realizes the mercy of David. So, let's recap real quick. This is what happened. David showed honor instead of hatred. Right? He showed honor instead of hatred. There should be a slide doing. He showed honor instead of hatred. How did he show honor? Someone just kind of take a wild guess. What do I mean by that? What do you mean by that? He showed honor. Yeah, Lynn.
He didn't kill him.
Right.
He
Let him live. Do you feel like Saul deserved it?
A little bit.
Dude, a little. Yeah, like what did David do to Saul? Literally, all he did was like kill a giant and like look good, play the harp for him. And like the ladies liked him, sorry. Saul was crazy. Saul was going after him for no reason, but he still showed honor. The second thing is this. David could have taken a shortcut, but he trusted in God's timing, right? Like we talked about. He could have just ended it there. Like, dude, 9 years, I've been waiting too long. Let's just go. I'm tired of running. I'm tired of just doing this thing. I just want to be king. Didn't do it. And the last thing is this. He showed mercy instead of revenge. You guys know what mercy really means? He showed mercy instead of revenge. Does anyone know what mercy is? Yeah, Hudson.
Give up.
Give up? Okay.
Yeah.
Is there another definition out there? Mercy instead of revenge. Yeah, Izzy.
Kind of like you're giving someone grace. If you know they messed up too. Like, I don't know. It's like giving them mercy.
I know, it's kind of hard to define it, right? Yeah, last one I thought of.
Not on topic. Where are we?
Okay, I love you. 1 Samuel 24. Yeah, we're there. Yeah, Andy, last one.
Having an opportunity to do something wrong, but then they give them a chance.
Wow, that's it. Boom, there it is. Mercy is often defined when someone deserves something, you don't do it. It's basically not doing something that somebody deserves. So when I say deserve, I mean, man, Saul was chasing David after, he's trying to kill him. Saul was rude. Saul was crazy. You could say, man, this guy deserved to stop doing this, so I'm going to kill him. But he didn't, right? Mercy in your guys' life. Think about it for a second. When you don't do something that someone deserves, right? When someone gossips about you, when someone talks bad behind your back, what would they deserve in the world's eyes? Like, all right, I'm just going to turn it right around. You want to tell a lie about me? I'm going to tell a lie about him. Guess what? No. It's choosing not to do that. Right? It's if you're an older brother, younger sister, older sister, and someone in your family does something messed up to you, mercy is just choosing to forgive and to move on. There's so many definitions of mercy and how it looks. We're going to talk about it in our group. But basically, guys, before we do that, we just have to remember, we have to constantly, you're good, Joey, with this. As we look at David, holy cow, there's a lot to learn here. There's so much to learn about David. But guys, the reality is, before we even look at David and try to compare our life, boom, look at Jesus, man. You got to compare the two. You got to compare David to Jesus. Because Jesus showed mercy. To constantly everybody, basically, that he came across. There's so many people that hated him. There's so many things that he did that he knew, man, this is going to make people mad. This is going to break the religious rules. I know there's a lot of people out there that are trying to kill me, and he still showed love and patience to them. And to you and me. Realistically, guys, let's kind of take a step back for a second. Saul deserved to die and was given life. As with our life, we deserve death. The gospel, what this means, is what it basically means is that we have deserved eternal death, but Jesus, in his mercy, chose to step in our place and to die. He's perfect. Why? He didn't have to die. He did it because we love us. He gave us mercy. He gave us life. Just like Saul was given life, we were given life when we deserved death. So now let's not just think of David. Let's more than that. Let's think of Jesus and the mercy that was given. So this is what leads us to our last point. This is what I want you guys to remember what we're going to talk about here. Mercy shown. When mercy is shown, it only is because you've received it too. You can only show mercy if you have received it yourself. I believe, because otherwise you don't know the weight of what that means to receive mercy. Only then can you truly give it to somebody else. So when you think of Jesus on the cross, you think of what he's done for you. We should be able to give mercy to ourselves too. So we're going to break out into groups right now. We're going to talk about it. We got a couple more minutes. I want to break out into groups. And so before I do, we'll do 5th and 6th grade guys over here. We'll do 5th and 6th grade girls over here, and we'll do 7th and 8th grade guys, 7th and 8th grade girls. Okay, and the leaders come see me. I'll video you up. Let's pray. Okay, God, thank you for this message. Thank you so much for just this type of a story and how much it means to us. God, the impact that it has on our life. God, I pray that we talk about that. I pray that we unpack this even further amongst ourselves. Let's make it real. Let's get down to the details of what is going on in our lives and how mercy is being shown or how it's not being shown. And ultimately, Lord, may we just be honest with each other. This is an incredible place. God, I'm so happy to be here with these kids. In Jesus' name, amen.